Hello and happy Valentine's Day. Welcome to my channel. I am Ellie J. I will be making chocolate covered strawberries. It is a really easy 3-ingredient chocolate covered strawberry. All you need is strawberries, 100% cocoa bar, and Nutella. Anyways, so they are fabulous. I am super happy with them and I hope you guys enjoy. If you like this recipe, like and comment below, and also please subscribe. Hello and happy Valentine's Day, you guys. The flood has finally dried up. And I will now show you guys how to do chocolate covered strawberries. I've got my box of strawberries. I have a big bowl. I'm using a salad strainer because it comes with its own colander. Makes life easy. And I'm just gonna fill this with water and then fill the strawberries in, put a little bit, like a tablespoon of white vinegar in it, and then rinse them off and clean them off. And then once they're cleaned off, we're going to pat them dry. Yay! So just rinse off the strawberries, strain them, and put them out to dry. I decided to go through them after setting them all out and pick 8 that were the biggest and that kind of looked the best, and I used those as the strawberries I would do to dip in the chocolate, and the rest for fondue. Okay, so now that we have separated the strawberries that we will be dipping in our chocolate and the strawberries I will be using for fondue, we're going to put these away in the fridge. All right. Okay, so those are away in the fridge. And now we're going to go ahead and get our chocolate ready. So strawberries, perfect. We're going to leave them underneath a paper towel to dry. So they've got one paper towel on top, one paper towel on the bottom. Just kind of like press the paper towel gently into each strawberry so it kind of like covers. That should help fully dry the skin of the strawberries out, and that'll just help the chocolate stick better. All right, now we're gonna get our chocolate sauce ready. So first and foremost, I'm gonna get the chocolate out of the pantry. All right. The first ingredient for the chocolate dipping sauce is 100% cacao, Baker's chocolate. It is fantastic. It is wonderful. Get it? It has to be 100% cacao. If it's not, it'll be too sweet. Okay. Next, you're gonna grab, and I hope this is in everybody's pantry because it is a favorite of mine. You're gonna grab Nutella. These are the only 2 ingredients you need for this chocolate sauce. Just saying, it's a great chocolate sauce. All right, so you're getting Baker's chocolate and Nutella. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to break off about half of the Baker's chocolate. You don't need the whole thing. This way, you can do 2 rounds of chocolate-covered strawberries. So let's say you have a birthday later in the spring, like me. You can make yourself some chocolate-covered strawberries for your birthday again. So you're just going to take about half of the 100% cocoa. If I can, freaking open it. Thank you. I don't like ripping these things open very often because it's just messy when you put it back. But all right. So you get your 100% cocoa. Oh, it smells so good. Okay. And then you put the rest back in the box. And this is why I prefer. You put the rest back into. You put it back. And like that. Pop it back in the box, and then you can use that for another round of chocolate covered strawberries. Cool. All right. Next, you're going to get, hopefully, y'all know what this is. Y'all are going to basically get a double broiler going. So you get water in the bottom pot. Okay. And then you're going to come over here. You're going to stack this up on top of the pot with the water in it. And then you're going to pop the broken off dark chocolate just in. Just pop it in. All right. Okay, once you have this in, you're going to put your stovetop on medium until the water gets hot, and then you're going to bring it back down to a low simmer. And while that's in there, you're going to get your Nutella ready. And however much Nutella you use is however sweet you want your strawberries. So if you want your strawberries a little more bitter, you're just going to use a small spoonful of Nutella. If you want them more sweet, you're going to use a big old hunkin' spoonful. I have found that one gigantic spoonful is usually the best if you want a more even, not too sweet, not too savory. So you're just going to kind of grab one big honking spoonful. It's basically equal parts dark chocolate to Nutella. And you're just going to kind of throw that in. And now, while you do that, you're just going to kind of let all this melt together. So while the chocolate melts, make sure to mix regularly so the dark chocolate and Nutella can fully incorporate together. Also, the double broiler is a more gentle heat, but it can still burn, so make sure you are watching it and mixing fairly regularly. If you don't, the dark chocolate will be in certain spots and it'll just be straight Nutella in other spots. So just keep mixing it until it's fully melted and everything is fully incorporated together. So now that it's melted, you can see how nicely melted that is. Woohoo! All right, you take it off the heat, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to dump the hot water from the double broiler into this, dump it out, and then throw the chocolate in here so that it's easier to put the strawberries coated, to get them coated. And this way, the hot chocolate has a place that is warm to go into so that it doesn't solidify very quickly. All right. Yeah, just look at that. Yum. Now, you try it here, and if it's too bitter for you and like the dark chocolate's too powerful, add a little bit more Nutella here and mix some more in. If it's too sweet for you, guess what? You can just add a couple more pieces of dark chocolate. I would add like a piece at a time though, just because whew, it is bitter. But so I just dumped out the hot water so it's warm, and I'm wiping it down so that it's dry, so that no water gets in the chocolate. And now you just kind of pop it in there. Let me go ahead and adjust y'all's angle so you can actually see me do this. All right. This over here. All right. And you just kind of pour it in. Just pour it in. And of course, just pour it. Sorry, you guys. I'm trying to talk, but I also don't want to make a mess, and it's a lot of chocolate. Chocolate's delicious, but it gets everywhere. So now you take your fully nice and dry strawberries. They should be dry to the touch. And you dip them in, but first, before you dip them in, sorry for that loud bang. Okay. Before you dip them in, get a sheet and put parchment paper on it. This will ensure that when the chocolate solidifies, it doesn't stick to anything. So get that ready and kind of set it aside. So get this ready and kind of set it aside somewhere that you can put the chocolate strawberries after dipping them. So I'm going to move the chocolate over here. This guy goes right here. All right, and you just kind of start dipping. And now just kind of gather them at the tip and then dip them in as deep as you want, and then whoop, and onto the parchment paper. And you just kind of repeat this. You should have enough chocolate to make about 6 to 8, depending on how big the strawberries are, on how much chocolate you accidentally left in the pot. I left a lot. On how thin your cup is, depends on a lot of things. And then you just kind of space them out like that. You'll notice when you get towards the end of the chocolate, it doesn't go as far up. So you kind of have to swirl a little more. And the last one. Now you could probably get 2 or 3 more strawberries out of this chocolate, but I'm going to reuse this chocolate later tonight for fondue. Ta-da! And then you just pop these in the fridge. You just pop these in the fridge somewhere. Let's see if I even have room in this fridge to pop them. Ah, perfect. Yep, you just kind of slide them right there. I'm just going to slide them in on top of the fondue strawberries. Oops, sorry. Can't see. There you go. And you just let them sit in the fridge for about 30 minutes to an hour, and they're ready to eat. And they have set for about 45 minutes, and look at that. Look at how perfect they are. Look at that. Oh no. A little piece. Look at that. And they're just a perfect little chocolate covered strawberry snack. Yay! Well, anyways, comment below how you guys liked this, and if you guys want me to do a different recipe, let me know. And I hope you all enjoyed this video. Bye! Chocolate! Right below.